In this video, what I want to talk about is the benefits that you get from developing your dating life, right? Obviously, you're going to get results beyond your dreams with women, but this video is going to be about the side benefits that no one talks about. The most important benefit that you will get is you will improve yourself, right? You will become a better version of who you are. When I get clients coming to me in the beginning, they will be somewhere between, let's say, a 4 out of 10 in terms of who they are, their character. And when I finish working with them, they become a 7, an 8, a 9, or even a 10, right? And this what will happen to you when you improve your dating life, right? When you develop this part of your life, you're going to become more whole as a person. You're going to develop so many different aspects that we're going to go and talk about in this video, right? So the first one is self-confident. You're going to become a more confident person because you're going to face your fear on a daily basis, right? Imagine right now there's a beautiful girl in a coffee shop and you want to approach her. What's going to happen, right? You're going to have this fear of approaching her, right? But if you overcome that, now you got a little bit more confident. Imagine doing that on a daily basis. Imagine doing that, and in a year's time, you're going to become much more confident than who you are right now, right? And that's where self-confidence comes from. Number two, you're going to become more happier, right? Obviously, becoming more self-confident and becoming your better self, you are going to become happier. But more important than that is, as a human, there are two things that are very important, right? Number one, survival, right? Like shelter, food, and stuff like that. And the number two is replication, right? And replication is connected to your dating life, right? The better you are in your dating life, the more you tell your biology that you can replicate. And guess what? You're going to become more happier as a human being when you have a capability to replicate. The next point, mental strength, right? You're going to go through a lot of hardship when you go on this journey. If you've been out there and you've been approaching, you know there's a lot of rejections, right? There's a lot of flakes. You're going to have a lot of failures along the way. And this comes with a lot of pain, right? Which is actually good for you. Right? Think about in the gym. What do you do when you go to the gym? You put a lot of stress on your muscle so that the muscles tear and then your body will repair and make it stronger, right? That's exactly what's happening to you when you get a failure. When, let's say you get a rejection and you feel a little bit of a pain. If you're having a hard time because you set it up this date, and just 2 hours before the date, the girl goes, "Oh, listen, my cat just fell ill. I can't make it." Right? You're not gonna be happy about that, right? You're gonna be feeling a little bit down, right? And that builds resilience. That builds mental strength. So actually, I was telling one of my clients, when I started, and let's say if I take a number and the girl flakes, I would feel sad for a few days, right? But now, when it happens after 7 years of doing this, it would take me like a few seconds to forget that, right? And that's what mental resilience is. That's what mental strength is. Now, let's move on to the next one, communication skills, right? This is extremely important. Actually, I read an article that said when you have good communication skills, you live longer, you live a more happier life because you can communicate better, right? As humans, it's extremely important for you to be able to communicate your ideas, right? When you're at work, let's say if you're an entrepreneur, you're a businessman, if you can't communicate with your team well, then your team's not going to do well. There are some aspects of communication skills that you improve, like active listening, ability to build rapport and connect with people, which is important for like networking, ability to make people like you. Again, good communication skills. Now that brings us to the next one, is charisma. Right? That's the main one that will make people like you. So charisma is that charm, right? That attracts people to you. When you're communicating with people, when you have charisma, that's when you become attractive. So in terms of charisma, it's your body language, how you move, your eye contact, how well you give eye contact to people. You know, do you smile when you meet someone for the first time? This is something that I work on with clients, with new clients that come to me, is we work on their first impression, which is extremely important. Eye contact, voice projection, how enthusiastic you are, right? How strong is your handshake? All that stuff is extremely key. So if you're in the corporate world, you would be really interested in the next point, right? And that's interview skills. You're gonna become much better at selling yourself in interviews, right? I remember when I went for an interview for a corporate job, and I actually didn't know much of the technical side, but I was able to build a rapport really well with the two people that were interviewing me. And when I got the job, actually one of my managers told me that there was another person that did an interview and they were actually more qualified for the job, but I got the job instead because they liked me more, right? Because think about it, as your manager, they're going to be spending every day with you, right? So they would rather work with someone that they like rather than someone that's boring but that has qualifications for the job. And in terms of like for entrepreneurs and businessmen, there are a lot of skill sets that you're going to improve in this journey. For example, emotional intelligence, right? Actually, what a lot of people think is that it's IQ that gets you success in your business life, but it's actually EQ, right? It's the emotional intelligence that's very important. Other things are like sales skills, ability to read people. You're going to be able to read facial expressions really well, kind of tell what kind of person this person is that you're dealing with. Leadership skills, right? Women love good leadership skills, right? So this is something that you're going to be working on, and this is something I work on with my clients, which is transferable into your business and your corporate life. Anyway, the point I was trying to make in this video is that there are so many different rewards you get from going through this journey that, trust me, this is 100% worth you going through it. Obviously, as I mentioned before, there are a lot of hardship, but it's worth it, right? You're gonna become a better version of yourself. As I mentioned earlier, you're gonna improve on these different aspects that will benefit into your personal life, into your business and career part of your life, right? And also, I didn't mention relationship management. You're gonna improve in relationship management. You're gonna have better relationships with your family, with your friends, with your colleagues, right? And overall, you're going to become a happier person. Your mental health is going to improve. So again, this journey is definitely worth you going through, right? Of course, the main objective is to get better with women, but these side benefits, right? You're going to take them. When I think about myself before I started this journey, right? Of course, I wasn't good with women, but when I think about the other things that have happened in my life, right? I would actually do it just because of that, right? And if we take out the women part, I would just do it for these benefits on its own, right? That's how important these are. So it's just your decision here. Are you going to go through this and become the best version of yourself, or are you going to stay where you are right now?